Alright, moving on to lap 2. A double has strike trick right there. Alright, level 2. Oh shoot! I let go of my jump too early right there, and that's what caused me to fall down. Unbelievable. Oh, what the? How did I not make the jump onto that rail? You gotta be kidding me. I really need to speed it up. Oh boy, we better be careful with our air. Alright, good thing we got some more right there from the item box. Alright, let's see what happens now on the final lap. Alright, double S strike trick. Okay, a double S strike trick. Alright, level 2. Alright, come on, let's speed it up if we want to have a chance to win. Oh, I think I just barely hit dice right there, but I think she's still gonna pull away from me for this win. Yeah, we couldn't quite catch up to her in time, but we still didn't do too bad in that race as we ended up coming in second. So that unfortunately puts an end to my winning streak right here, but still try my best. Alright, anyways, let's head off to the Dark Desert now. And what am I going to go with next? I think I'll go with the Accelerator.
Alright, bring it on!
Alright, see what happens here. Alright! Another perfect start yet again. Oh boy. We're low on air already, but thankfully we did barely manage to get a level up at just the right time. So we're on level 2. Going into lap 2 right now. Level 3. Dang, I lost a ton of speed right there on that turn. Thankfully that turbulence will help me get back on track. final lap. Alright, there's the next rank trick. Let's use the boost right here. If I was able to get onto that rail just fine. Was really close between me and I right now for the lead. Let's try to focus and see if we can hold on to it. Alright, through the last corner. And we'll very get that win in first place. Well done. My buddy Tails came in last on this one. That is very unfortunate for him. Okay, anyways, it's time to go into the next race right now. We've got 5 more to go in this segment. So now it's time to head off to Babylon Garden. And I'm going to use the Blue Star 2 this time.
All right, bring it on.
Now, the race is about to begin.
All right, bring it on.
Alright, here we go. That's a pretty nice start there. Got a double S rank trick.
Emergency alert. Emergency alert. Prepare to repel intruders. Repeat. Emergency alert. Emergency alert. Prepare to repel intruders.
Ah, shoot! I just fell off the track right there. That was not good. At least I did have a good respawn point after that happened, so it could have been worse. Alright, lap 2. Stupid of how I fell off the track right there, right when I was near the turbulence. That should not have happened right there, and you know it. And I fell off the track again. That is so stupid. This tight turn right here at the end of each lap on this track is always very tough for me. I don't really like how they did it. Alright, final lap. Now I'm not feeling good about trying to win this race or how far behind I am. Tifa was the one that came in first place. I'm glad I was able to make it through that turn just fine this time. Take that, Storm. Alright, we're unfortunately getting 7th place in that race, but at least we barely avoided coming in last right here. Even though I made quite a bit of mistakes throughout that race, it's just how it goes sometimes. Alright, let's see if we can do better in the next race here. Alright, off to Sky Road. And let's go and bring out the fastest for this one.
All right, bring it on.
This contest will pay off in a short time.
All right, bring it on.
Alright, here we go. Alright, not too bad of a start. Alright! X-ray trick right off the bat. Alright, only an A-ray trick that time, but at least it's not all that bad. Oh boy. I really gotta try to get more air. Oh shoot! I just fell off the track. Unbelievable. A double A trick. Alright, we're on lap 2 right now. Alright, A-right trick. Oh boy, this doesn't look good for me. I really gotta try to get more air on this jump while trying to go on that rail. Oh. Go. I kind of forgot right here that there's a whole lot of ways to gain energy with this extreme gear. You can basically only do that from the item boxes while using it. Alright, final lap. Alright. I really need a pit stop. Alright, there we go. This is probably not the best kind of track right here to use the fastest on right here. All because it really is hard to try to save up your air with this, especially on tight turns. Why did it not register my jump right there? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, double S rank trick, and Amy came in first right there on that one. We actually didn't do too bad in this race right here. Despite some of the mistakes we made, we ended up coming in second, so that's not bad at all. Alright, we got 3 more races to go right now in the segment. So now, let's move on to the digital dimension. Okay, so what kind of extreme gear would I like to use here? What is lava? Good choices. Let's try the all slider.
All right, bring it on. Alright, bring it on.
Alright, let's see how we do here. Alright, there's a perfect start.
Tails has done a great job making advantage of the move. Yes, great combination.
Ah man, I already failed the trick move there. Alright, there's a double S rank trick. Alright, let's speed it up a little bit. Alright, lap 2.
Great combination.
Alright, A rank trick. Not bad.
Tails right back second. Tails
Ah, it's not the path I was trying to take right here. Oh well. Alright, got a double A rank trick. I should point out, by the way, that it has been a long time since I last used this kind of extreme gear. I don't really use it all that often right here, but it can still be kind of nice to automatically drift after a long enough turn right here. I couldn't quite get over to that rail there. That's alright. Looks like that green robot guy was the one that came in first. Well, silver second again. That's not bad. And my buddy Tails unfortunately got last on this one. That's too bad for him. Alright. So now we got 2 more races to go in the segment. And we are now going to head off to Sega Carnival. Alright, anyways, next up, let's go ahead and use the magic carpet.
Alright, bring it on.
The race between who's the best begins now.
Alright, bring it on.
Alright, let's go. That's a nice start. Ah man, I failed that trick move so bad. Alright, let's head to the World Super Monkey Ball. Oh, what? How did I not get up there? That was stupid. So I'm not gonna have a chance to go over some rings right here in this section for right now. But anyways, it's time to take a ride in the taxi. Alright, heading to lap 2, and I just unfortunately ran out of air. That's not good. Alright, we're going to very quickly take that pit stop. Oh wow, somehow I actually made it up there. And we got the maximum amount of air for that item box that we picked up. So I said that was actually a pretty handy shortcut that we took. Alright, there we go. That's more like it. So we will get some rings right over there this time. Alright, we're on level 2. Alright, final lap. Okay, this berry got onto that rail. Alright, double S strength trick. Alright, there's some more rings right here. And we're on level 3. Booyah! First place is ours. Alright, anyways, we do get that win by 6.7 seconds ahead of Cream. Alright, anyways, now it's time to head into our final race for the segment. So, it's time to finish things off as Sega Illusion. And we're going to end things off by using the Berserker.
Alright, bring it on. Alright, bring it on.
Alright, here we go. That's a very nice start. What the? How did I fail that trick move? That was so dumb. Oh, we're actually flying through these rings over here. That's very nice. Ah, dang it, Shadows hit me. But we got revenge on him so good since we were right near him. It does help with the Berserker that you can automatically punch opponents so hard automatically when you get close to them. Alright, there's a double S rank trick. Alright, lap 2. Ah, dang it, I went right into the wall. That really screwed me up. Okay, magnetic barrier. That'll put us to level 2. Level 3! Oh God, how dare you hit me like that, I fall up. Take that, Shadow. Ah, crap. I failed that trick move so bad. Alright, we're back to level 2 right now. Looks like Cream is coming in first place on that last race. Alright, we do get an X-ray trick. Alright, we do get some invincibility right here, but it was kind of a little late for that since we were right near the finish line, and we ended up in 7th place on that last race. It's at least better than last right here, but we could have done better right here if it wasn't for some of the mistakes we made, but that's alright. Either way, though, I still say I had a very fun time right here on the segment, especially for how well we did on a good amount of races that we played, so that was certainly a lot of fun. Alright, but anyways, that is going to do it for Sonic Riders for the Nintendo GameCube as part of my 2026 Easter special. But we still have some more games to play, and I will see you all for the next segment right after this, so stay tuned.